Before y'all go and get worried, I'm just whiny and my shoulder hurts a little bit, so I have my heating pad. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just making sure things don't get worse. Now that we have my whininess out of the way, look what we're going to use today. How pretty is this? I want to do just a really classic, warm, champagne, fun time. Let's do this. So I am actually going to use the little mini P. Louise today that came with it. So we'll just pop a little bit there. And this is the shade Rumor 2. And I'm going to use my Anissa eye treatment brush. And we'll just bring that over through here and all the way up to our brow bone. Why am I still holding this in my hand? What am I doing? So if you notice, I love this brush because it takes it right up to the brow without messing up any of your brow makeup. So just kind of tap this all across. Okay, so now we're just going to start with this shade, and I'm using a prototype brush, but it's very similar to a MAC 217. This look isn't going to require precision, so I'm not going to worry about as much about a smaller brush. And I'm also just going to go ahead, this kind of creasing is completely normal. Any type of wet base like this is going to crease until you set it. So now I'm going to press this in, and as I'm pressing it in, it's setting the eyeshadow base, so that's when it's not going to crease anymore. So we're just going to continue to take this color, and we're going to stop it about right here. And I'm just going to kind of push that back and forth a couple times. That looks about right, and we can kind of just start to bring it out. All right, so now we're going to wipe off our makeup brush. This is Sheila. She's nothing special. It's not a microfiber, none of that jazz. And I'm just going to grab this shade. And notice that I grabbed it just on the side of the brush. I didn't grab it in the center, just on the one side. And we're going to start to tap that right above our dark crease color. So just kind of tap that back and forth. Don't worry about your lid here. We're going to come back to that. I'm going to pick up that same shade and just kind of continue to push it into the darkest shade and then start to press it up towards the brow to create that really pretty soft transition. I just wanted to show you this in real time. This is really important. I feel a lot of times you don't really get to see the process. So just kind of continue to tap back and forth, and you can see that difference there. So now I'm going to grab this shade, just a little tap, and I'm going to take it and just kind of finish this top part. Just kind of press it through here and the brow bone all the way over this way. So remember how I usually put all of that excess base kind of through here and even into here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little short, dense brush. This one's a prototype, but I'm sure most of you have a short, synthetic, dense brush. So now I'm going to take that and I'm kind of going to shape this. So I don't want to just have a nice straight line. I want it to still kind of fade, but I also want to kind of push it through here. It's just going to kind of continue to blend even more so. And if we have any kind of splotchiness or anything, we'll just kind of tap over that. And if you want to add a little bit more definition, just kind of press a little bit harder. I'm kind of just reshaping and even blending, but with the eyeshadow base. Adding any more eyeshadow can kind of muddy and just make everything mix together, and then it's just going to overblend. Okay, look at that. Once you just clean up that lid space, it just kind of all comes together. So we're just going to grab a little bit of the P. Louise. And this is a really good technique. If you're really not sure how far to bring up your base or your crease, just kind of hold it here and then look up. And wherever that hits, that's where we're going to take it. So there we go. Notice that it came out of the fold of my eye. And then I'll just relax and match it to the other one. Notice that I have my eye relaxed for most of this. Okay, this lid color. This is absolutely positively stunning. So I'm going to take it on my finger first, just kind of press it in. I mean, it speaks for itself. I didn't have to do anything too wild. But then I'm going to grab my 242S here, pick up a little bit, and I'm just going to push this towards the top. And then I'm going to bring it over this way. Wow, this is so pretty. I'm just going to do a classic eye. Some days I feel super creative, but then some days I just want to do the look that really made me love makeup. So now I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm using very light pressure, and I'm just kind of dragging it over this way. We obviously want to keep this very matte through here, but we don't want that shimmer to just have a harsh line. So the only difference is when I used to do this look, I would do a big wing. I just feel like big wings, they're just, they're not as spicy right now. So I'm going to do my wing a little bit different. I'm going to grab one of my faves. This is actually, let's just say it is my favorite from the drugstore. This is the Maybelline Master Precise All Day. I love this one so much. And again, you guys have seen me do this. So instead of coming out this way, I come up. If you guys want more in depth, there's a little bit on my page about this, and I think there's a saved highlight as well. That looks like enough. And I brought it over this way as well, but I want you to see that I was holding the liner like so. Instead of coming in from this way, that can kind of thicken it, but if you just kind of hold it from here and just pull it, it's just going to go right into your lash line, and that's all we're wanting. We're wanting just a touch of that black liner right above the lash line just to hide our lash band. All right, I'm going to grab my Makeup Forever. This is the Shine Control Primer. Do you guys hear Jean in the background snorting up a storm? So I'm just going to put a little bit of this goes such a long way, and I like to wear this one only in the center, because even though I'm normal to dry, I really like to make sure that I'm nice and matte through here. Here it is dried down. Just look at it through the center. It's so good. It's honestly the best mattifying primer I've ever used. And then for the outer perimeter, I'm actually going to use the Hydra Boost. So I love hydrating primers through here, underneath our eye. We definitely want to keep these areas nice and hydrated. Even through here. This is what I do instead of using powder highlight. A lot of times powder highlight, it can just come back in and add texture, and it can even sometimes leave a gray cast. So I like to just do some extra moisturizing primer where you would put powder highlight. So I'm going to wear the lashes that I was wearing in my last IGTV. You guys love them. They are the Huda Beauty lashes in the style Samantha. I used to wear these every day. These were my jam. I still love them, but I'm always mixing it up. But this is the style, and they're still so pretty. Please send help. What? Okay, just a little kiss. Good Lord. Okay, so I want to talk about something other than Jean. So this is currently my favorite foundation, and that's a big statement. I mean, it's just so beautiful. This is the Shiseido, the Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting. So I did absolutely love the other one, but this one just goes on. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. And depending on the primer that you use, if you use a mattifying or just depending on your skin type, it's going to work for all skin types. And this is all I use of it. Let me show you. So I'll just do a little. That's going to be enough, and then that'll be enough. A little bit of this goes such a long way. And I'm going to work this in with my Anisa Pinnacle foundation brush, and just look at that. I've even done a wear test on TikTok. I've used it over 3 times. It is just absolutely stunning. So I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer. I had actually never really tried this one, and they sent it over, and I'm loving it. I use the shade number 25, and I just applied it with my applicator, but lately I've just been kind of smoothing it exactly where I want it with a concealer brush. And then I grab my Anisa Angle Concealer Brush. Here it is. And then I'll really start to press it in. I am actually really enjoying this concealer, so this will be probably over my 3rd time to try it. So I'm really loving it. It's not creasing, and I also love the color. Now before I set anything, I'm going to go ahead and grab some cream bronzer. This one is from Danessa Myricks, and I'm just going to start to work this in. I'm actually not going to have to pick up any more. I can just kind of start to go around here, pick up some more from here, and just kind of take it underneath here. And then I kind of take whatever's left and just go around my nose. I don't really contour my nose, but I will bronze it just so it kind of matches the rest of my face. This is so pretty. So this is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Tahiti. I scooped some out and I have it over here. And I'm just kind of warming it up on my little makeup space here. And then I'll take it and just tap it where I want it with my finger. Lately, I've been into this. I'm going to teach you guys that Kylie blush where we kind of put it under here, but not today. I have that planned for later this week. Stay tuned. And then I'm just going to take a synthetic brush and just kind of tap. It might look like I might be swiping, but I'm always tapping. So just kind of press that in, press it around here, and whatever's left will go across our nose and a little across our chin. This is such a pretty shade. Go get it right now. So now I'm going to grab my Givenchy powder. Don't miss yesterday's IGTV about setting powders and all of that jazz. It was good. I rewatched it and was like, how was this in my brain? This is some good info. So I'm taking that here on my puff and I'm just going to start to really work that in. This is how we get it not to crease. It's really about working it in, just kind of brushing it on with a brush or even baking. It just doesn't press and work it into the makeup. All right, we're trying this out from Kosas. I hope I'm saying that right. You guys can correct me. I never mind. This is the Cloud Set, and I'm going to be using the shade Airy. So I've kind of already done it over here, and let me tell you, I was not upset. That is so pretty and so light. So I'm going to keep this bare because this is kind of where I let that shine through to look like a natural highlight. But I am going to set the rest of my face anywhere that I didn't use that pink powder. It's beautiful. All right, so now we're gonna grab this Mario pencil. This is the perfect brown. The name says everything. Notice how I only placed it to about right there, and then we'll grab this side and we'll pull it over this way. We're gonna have more control doing that. So now we'll grab our MAC 242S, just the flat brush. I have candy in my cheek. It's delicious. I'm gonna go into that shade and just kind of transition that. My favorite inner corner highlight. If you've been with me a long time, you know that back in the day, if my inner corner highlight could not be seen from space, I wasn't going to do it. And that's kind of my mood today. So I'm using my Bodyography glitter pigment in the shade Sparkler. Oh no, this one's Halo. I'm using Halo. Ooh, just kind of keep pressing that on there. That's the spice. I was also thinking that I haven't done a dark waterline in 100 years, so let's just grab that Mario pencil and just kind of run it back and forth. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, I found the perfect pinky nude. This one's Makeup Forever. It's the Artist Rouge in 150. It's called Inspiring Petal. So pretty. Oh my goodness, let's find a lip liner. So I want the lip to really mimic the tones that are going through my crease right now. So I'm going to grab a very warm lip liner. This is a Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Wherever Walnut. And it's very warm. And it's going to go with the kind of pink tones that we have here. Okay, my pretty, isn't this necklace so pretty? It's from La Lucha Care. And then so is my headband. And you can use code ROSE for a discount. So I knew you guys were going to ask. I haven't done this look in quite some time. And I feel that when I need to start my week off, sometimes just going back to my favorites and back to the basics of why I got into makeup, they just really spark my creativity. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll definitely be saving it to my highlights. I'm going to finish up, go get the rest of the content, and just know that I love you guys so much.